let me wait until I'm earning this much. Let me wait until this happens, and you keep giving yourself excuses. But after 7 years, I was like, you know what? There's never going to be a situation where it's perfect.
Okay, continue. This one, I'm just letting you keep on the story. So, Shiba, you're talking where Shiba, she's in the States, she goes to see her.
Yes, she's in Nairobi. I think she was at USIU. And she's the one, well, we start talking. We become friends. But every other year, she'd go to the US for the whole summer to see her sisters, because her sisters were in the US at that time. And so we wouldn't talk the whole summer, because obviously, hey, yeah. Then she'd come back, and we just literally started talking and getting to know each other. So to finish the other story, while I was waiting for the university to get back to me, she's like, since you're here and you're not doing anything, just go get a degree or a diploma. Do something. Don't just sit in the house waiting for these guys. See, when they call you, you'll go. I said, okay. So I enrolled at Aussie. By the time March is coming, I get a letter from the uni. And unfortunately, we could not process your application because first we have black empowerment, so we have to take black South Africans, then other South Africans, then people from SADC countries, of which Kenya is not, and then we look at the rest. So by the time we had gotten through those three, all the slots for medicine were taken, unfortunately. After making me go to SA for a year.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'm already in this business course, studying international business and marketing, and I'm like, I'm the kind of person who I like finishing what I start. So I'm like, I still want to do medicine and all that. I'll look for a place to do biomedical engineering, but let me finish this thing. So I said, let me just finish this business degree. And then we see from there what happens.
And how was that?
That was very interesting. It was also a very strange period of my life. I lost a lot of friends. Let me rephrase. A lot of my very close friends passed on.
What?
So there's this guy who we were very close with for my A-levels. And he went to England after I finished his A-levels. And we were still talking. And he passed on. And we were like this. Obviously with the distance, the relationship wasn't the same, but we were very good friends. And this guy passed on. And you're like, hey, that hit me hard. How I found out, we were in Kitale with my mom and my dad. We were in Kitale at the farm. And I get this call from the UK. I'm like, what is this? So I answer the phone. And it's my other friend who used to hang out with you. We were like 3-4 of us who used to hang out together in Hillcrest. And this guy is like, by the way, this guy's gone. Like, what? He's gone, like he's dead. What happened? Very strange story, which I won't get into now, but he ended up passing on in the UK. So these guys are trying to figure out, how are we going to tell his mom? So they are calling me so I can go to the mom's house to tell her.
What?
Luckily for me, I was in Kitale. I was not in Nairobi. So I ended up calling another friend who gave me his cousin's number, and I explained it to them. But that whole day I kept calling back. At what happened? He's gone. We just repeat, because I was not believing. So eventually, he did pass on, and that was very hard for me. That was a very weird period. So, helped the family through the process, through the burial and all that thing. Stayed in touch with the mom. Till today, we still talk. And then next thing that happened, now the other friend who had called me to tell me this guy has gone.
No.
One day he goes into the hospital with a very random, something like, I can't breathe properly. Nothing serious. And he goes into hospital, and I speak to him, and he's fine. I speak to him the next day, he's fine. The third day he calls, and for some reason, I don't know if he had a vision or he knew what was happening. He was like, by the way, at that point, his smaller brother, who was like 2 years below us in Hillcrest, had a very random injury. He injured his arm playing basketball, and he went in for some procedure, and when he came out, he couldn't feel from his chest down. So now this guy is in a wheelchair. And now that school we are in, Aussie, he's coming to Aussie. And because I knew his bro, I was like, this guy, I'm going to treat him like he's my bro.
Yeah.
He was literally like my brother. So I'm the one who used to wheel him around. When power goes off, we'd carry him like 3-4 guys with the wheelchair up to 4th floor to where the classes were, and this and that. And the last thing his brother told me was, I'm so happy you're still in Nairobi because I know I don't have to worry about my bro. And I'm so grateful for everything you're doing for this guy. I'm like, hey, okay. You too, I love you too, man. 2 days later, his girlfriend calls me and tells me he's gone.
Yeah.
And I can't explain I can't understand it. So that hit me hard. That thing that happened was this guy's bro who was in the wheelchair, and I used to take care of. We had become really close. Like, he was like my small bro. And he was getting better. He had reached a point where he could support himself on crutches because of physio and what. And he was a guy who he showed me that disability is not inability. If that guy wanted to go to the club, he would go to the club. We'd wheel him into the club. That guy used to get chicks. Guy. And it was not a sympathy vote. That guy had game. So one day, he calls me and says, I'm not feeling very well. Old man wants to take me to the hospital. I was like, okay, let me know what happens. I called him the next day, he's not picking. I called him the next day, he's not. I called the old man and said, hey, this guy's gone. So I'm like, God, now what is this? Like, these were people who were like family to me. And that was a very weird period. I don't know why God allows certain things to happen.
Wow.
But I believe there's always a reason for everything that happens in life. And it took a lot of growing up to the point where you're the point of contact, you're the friend who is inviting the other friends, you're the friend who is telling the other friends what's going on, you're the one who's doing the program with the FAMO and deciding who is going to speak here and who's going to speak there in terms of friends and what. And you're like, hey, dude. And you're young. So it was so weird. It was a very weird period of my life.
Yanni, you've said something there. I mean, I lost 2 aunties back to back, then my dad. And it's sad when you understand how to do the program.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And
you're that guy who's speaking.
Funeral is smooth. You guys have become professionals at organizing the funeral. You know, the pre-meetings, okay, open up the WhatsApp group. This is what you're going to do with Montezuma. This is what these are contacts. This is what you do with the church.
Yeah. Because there were wazes and their meetings, the old guys, and then me, I was now the chair of the young guys' meetings. Now this is what they are saying, so this is what we need to do.
And you've not done this, you've done this 3 times.
Yes.
So now you're becoming...
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm becoming that guy. That was a very weird period of my life. But back to school, I finished school. I'm dating Sheba. Did you finish Sheba's introduction?
We're still at Sheba, but in this school, do you find a new bunch of friends? Because let me be honest.
Yes.
Let me be honest, Sido.
Yes.
All our friends flew out.
Yes.
It was, do you know what I mean? There's no one we know who stayed. And in that Babyland, in fact, the guys who stay, you're like, forget even stay. Even if you go to USIU, you are 1 in 50.
Yes.
So I say that because, like,
I made a lot of friends. I made very good friends who till today we're still, we're still tight. And now I've moved from being, I'm still a fun guy. I'm not so much the life of the party. But now, I started drinking again, but not for the sake of drinking.
Yeah.
Just, social drinking. Go out, have fun, meet people. Now I'm in uni. I'm excited. I'd lost that period of my life to cancer. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to live my life.
Yeah.
So made some very good friends. I was even the chair of the Students Association. Now I'm a focused guy. I'm like, nothing is going to stop me from my goals. So the lecturers love me, the teachers love me, the guys love me. And I'm there, and I'm kind of in the periphery. So I meet 1 or 2 guys who become close. Actually, the guy one of the friends who died in the UK, he had introduced me to another guy who was still in Nairobi. And we ended up meeting in that school. Like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? And, we became friends again. We became very close. And then now he introduced me to his circle of friends. Because me, I was focused, remember? So it was come, school, home, study.
For real?
Right? But now these guys us guys after school, it was in Westlands.
Yeah.
So we are going over here, Electric Avenue. We're going to have one before, on a Friday or whatever. Let's go. So I started now meeting his friends and forming very close friendships with other people that had never been in my life or in my purview. Yes. So I did form a lot of friends. Also, it was fun. It was fun, but for me, I would like to say controlled fun.
Okay.
Yes.
You were more mature.
Yes.
Life had done a number on you.
And I have a purpose.
Oh, okay.
I'm finishing this business degree so I can go back to medicine.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're focused. Okay, I like that.
Yes.
So now come to Shiba. So because guys watching will kill me, especially the Chiles. Where's the love story?
So, as I said, Sheba had been in my life for a very long time. Remember, we met in Kilimani Junior, and I left Kilimani Junior in Standard 3. Yeah? And then she came to Rusinga in year 7. Then I left to year 6, year 7. Then I left to Hillcrest year 8, year 9. So we've always touched base, but never really been friends. And because there was even a time when now our sisters were trying to hook us up. Sheba, Sidney, and we're like, dude, just leave me alone. So it even reached a point where like, I don't want to hear. We are fine. You guys should. We are fine. So we are grown up. She has friends. What do you want? So eventually now when we start talking, when I get her number, and we start chatting, and we became good friends. Before you know it, where are you guys? Now she's in uni. I'm there. And I'm like, where are you guys going tonight? Maybe you can come. And we just started talking. We became very good friends. Like really good friends, like friends. Platonic. And at some point I'm like, hey, there's something I'm feeling here. There's something about this chick that I've not seen in these other chicks. I dated many chicks.
During
my high school days?
Yeah.
But
during that period were you dating?
Huh?
During that period, that 2004?
No, I was not dating.
Okay.
During my cancer? No, I was not dating. So something about her just, I don't know. There was just something. I can't explain to you what it was. I know they say when you know, but I know I didn't quite know, but I knew there was something that I needed to know. So we become good friends. We start chatting. We start, when they go out, we'd link up. we'd never go on dates or anything, but we'd meet in different places. And at some point, I'm like, no, this chick, I like her too much. But she was dating someone.
But you're still friends.
But she was dating someone. And I'm not the kind of guy to, I don't know. I have values, I have morals. So I stuck close enough just in case. This thing didn't work out. I can jump in. But I never quite told her, hey, it's like this for a very long time. So we're just friends. Me, I like her. She's there. She's a friend.
Oh,
of course,
wow.
I'm in the friend box. She has a boyfriend. I never tried anything. I never, I don't know, one day I got the courage. I think we were at Carnival. And I just
And you had a dawa.
asked her to dance with me. So we went to the dance floor and we danced. Then I realized this guy is here. And I knew him. But no, we are not, tied to anything. But there was that conflict. I like her, but I know she's... So I never tried to persuade her or anything. I was just there around where, when we'd meet, we'd sit down, we'd talk, we'd click, it was happy, we were making each other laugh, stories, but I never made a move. Eventually I realized that she also had feelings for me, and she ended up leaving him. And then, we started a relationship. And I think that was one of the best decisions I ever made.
Yeah.
I chose well. Let me put it that way. I dated Sheba for 7 years.
7
years. That time I'm like, let me finish with this uni thing. Then I started working. She was doing something at USIU. She finished. And I'm like, as a man, you're like, I need to be at a certain level before. So at some point, you're like, let me wait until I'm earning this much. Let me wait until this happens. And you keep giving yourself excuses. But after 7 years, I was like, you know what? There's never going to be a situation where it's perfect. And I've noticed that God uses her like a soundboard in my life. Like, for example, that time when she was saying, while you're waiting, so you just go do this course. There are other times when she's said something and I've been resistant, and somehow what she said is what comes to pass. What she suggested is the path I end up in. And I'm like, every time she says something nowadays, I'm like, okay, let me listen very carefully, because maybe God is telling me something through what she's saying. But we were best friends, like really close, before anything else. We set that foundation. I love her. She's the mother of my kids. She builds me. If someone is not building you, most likely they're breaking you down.
Wow.
There could be nothing happening, but if someone is not feeding into your life, it means they're either taking away, it means they must be taking something out of it. So for me, she's always been that person she's a straight shooter. She tells it like it is. She'll support me. She'll tell me, here, I think, you need to do this, or you're doing this wrong. She'll call me out when I make my mistakes. And even when she's calling me out, she's doing it from a place of love. So we became very good friends before we actually started dating. And we dated for such a long time. 7 years. Most people would probably have been dumped. But we became so close before we took that step to marriage.
And you've been married for how long?
Now we've been married, we're in 2026. December 2026 is going to be 15 years.
15?
Yes.
So more or less you've been together from a relationship over 21 years?
Yes.
And that negates the fact that you've known her since you were...
Exactly, yes.
Okay, at least I've understood this puzzle, and I know it will keep coming back in. She'll keep coming back because, of course, kids and all of these other things. But, hey, that's congrats. There are marriages that don't last that long. And also, there's a thing that you've said, the Holy Spirit and the wife have the same name, helper. For God to call the helper, I'll give Adam a helper. And then again, for the Holy Spirit, I will give you a helper.
Yes.
The fact that they have that same name, it's a very powerful thing. And it's a thing that guys don't understand in a woman.
Yes.
I say my women are cheat codes.
Yes.
they are like pass everything through them. They're a cheat code. They're an elevator, escalator, and especially us dudes, it's wise to go through them.
Yes.
But let's come back here. Now, where I'm at in the story, where I've understood it nicely chronologically, is all the way until Aussie.
Yes.
Now the end years.
Yes.
Now you're finishing it.
So I finished Aussie.
And SA, first of all, what redirection is that? The fact that the affirmative action, all these things.
Yes. So literally, not even you didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
We could not even process your application because of the sheer numbers of applicants. So I'm like, that also now deflates me completely. I'm like, I know this is where God wants me to be. I know. Me, I know. But God had other plans. So I finished Aussie. At this point, I'm frustrated. I've tried this medicine thing. I've tried biomedical engineering. I've tried this. I need to start making money. You know, I can't just be sitting around doing nothing. So let me start applying for jobs.